Hey, I hope everybody's having a great night. I haven't seen any comments so far, but I am here for you. We are going to have an amazing evening. Please let me know that you can hear and see me completely and well. I need to have some text in the chat to let me know. Hello, Kim. Hello. Thank you. Anybody hearing me and seeing me? I just need to know that before we get started, just to make sure sound is good. All right, Kim can hear me. That's going to be good enough for me. And first off, I am going to add my uh, I'm sorry about last week. I don't know why, forgot to do that, but I'm going to take myself out of the picture so that you can see the full picture. We're going to do, actually, we're going to go right on into Got Back Up and do a thorough back office tour first off. So you should be able to see by now our back office, and I'm on the front screen, the welcome screen. As you can see, there's a big video there. That could even be mine. I did do some videos recently, and they're in the process of processing them into Got Backup. But today we're going to go through all of the tabs, where everything is. And then after I do that, I'm going to explain anything that you don't understand. You'll have the chance to ask me questions. If you're asking questions now, I can't see it because I am looking at my Got Backup back office. But hang in there and watch this, and we'll see if we don't already answer your questions from that point. So first off, you see this front screen, and of course, Got Backup is underneath this tab called Tools, Digital Tools. For most people, I haven't seen it actually any different for most people. So the way you get to things is you click this, and it opens up all of the other parts. Now, the first tab I'm going to go to is called Use This Tool. And the reason why is that's how you get a hold of your actual application to download to your computer or to your phone. So if you are a Mac user, you'll notice that there is a Mac tab here. This is for just the Macintosh users, but you'll also notice this is where you'll find the iPhone. Now, you might be like me and have both Windows and an iPhone. So I have an iPhone, so I watch the videos, which are right here. And I'm going to click on that right now just to make sure that you know that this is really a very comprehensive how to get started for both Windows and Mac. If you click Mac by mistake, you can get over there just simply by doing this. And if you have an Android, you'd go clear down here to the bottom, and there's some videos that are just for the Android. And if you have a Macintosh and you have an iPhone, or if you just have an iPhone like I do, you'll find the Get Started videos here for your iPhone. Now, I actually have watched these, and they're very good. Now, this is the one thing I can't demonstrate because I've already got it on my machine. So I want to make sure that you know that this is what you want to do at first. Get your downloads, get it set up. You have the opportunity to set up what's called a sync. And that means that it's going to put your files up on the cloud. Now, if you intend to alter what's on your hard drive or on your phone, like deleting files, then you might want to do what's called a manual. And I'll demonstrate that as part of this walkthrough tonight, okay? But first off, let's go back to the Got Backup. I've taken you to Use This Tool. The next one we're going to look at is called Reseller Tools. And this is where you're going to find all of the advertising information that you need. Of course, your link right here. In order to get a hold of that, you just use this little tab right here called Copy, and it copies it for you. You can use it anywhere you want. Now, I do recommend you don't just throw it all over the place, because that's a good way, actually, to get our company kind of banned, especially from places like Facebook. I saw that happen in a company I once was in. where people just threw that link everywhere indiscriminately, and it caused it to get banned. So please don't do that. Have conversations with people and then share it with people. It's not that hard to do. You simply say something like, do you have a phone? Do you have a computer? Do you have pictures on either? Would you like to back them up in a very reasonable way without a lot of cost and also make some money at it? Very simple stuff here. And of course, you notice that there's more than one page. This page here is the best one to introduce somebody that's never been part of it and is not currently on your lead list. And then this one is good for if they have been on your lead list and they might have even taken the tour and they're ready to actually sign up. This is the actual sign up page right here. And then this third one down here is how you bring people to our webinars. And I really recommend you make sure and use this regularly. I am telling you that people do buy when they come to our webinars because they like the idea that there is actual training and community right here in our system. Because a lot of affiliate programs do not have any kind of community or training. They just leave you kind of go do it yourself and figure it out. And we don't do that. We have everything in place. If you look at the videos that we've got, and I'll take you through that, we actually have everybody set up properly. My job is to help you make sure that you know where everything is, how to get started, and then there are people that will actually help you with marketing and recruiting. There are people that'll help you with mindset. And you get all that, those three pieces put together, and you are off to the races. And it's really fun. I love this company because of the fact that we really do try to make sure that you're taken care of. And I just recently noticed I was part of a company, I'm not going to name names, that they were very well known in the marketplace as a place that taught about marketing, and it was a affiliate one level program, and they recently actually discontinued their affiliate program, and there were people that were seven figures in that company and they lost all of that commission. We will never do that. In fact, Joel and I had a conversation about that today, and that's one of the reasons why I am so loyal to this company, because I know that they care about their affiliates. That's one of their big deals, is they want to make sure you get paid. They want to make sure you get paid well, because they understand that the reason why this company does so well is, yes, we have a wonderful product, but number two, we have wonderful affiliates, and that makes a big difference. Because if you don't have affiliates that are willing to actually show this product to other people, then of course the sales don't happen. And that is really important. So that's what I'm about, is just to make sure that you know exactly where everything is. The second tab across this is called the advertising copy. Now I like this as little pieces that you can use. For instance, this right here, just this one little piece could be easily used as an invitation for somebody you've been talking to. Now, please don't do this with strangers that don't know who the heck you are. I every once in a while get people that do that, and I never click on a link if I don't know that person and I haven't had a conversation with them. So I promise you that that is not the way to go. Make sure that you take the time to have a conversation. If you don't get it, you don't understand, please come to our other trainings where they teach about that. Very, very, very important. The next tab across is called the pre-enrollee ad copy. And what's cool about this is an actual little message you can email immediately to your team. Now, this is a demo account. It has no affiliates attached, no leads attached, because we don't want any personal information in here. So in other words, this is not going to email out, so you won't see it in action, but you can see what I've got here. Now there's some pieces that you need to put in here. For instance, you need to put your own email, your own phone number. If you have a Skype, put in a Skype. If you don't, then actually delete some of this stuff. Like you don't need to have blank spots here like these if you don't actually have those. And then on the bottom here, it has a place where you could actually add a picture. And I recommend that you do that. And then the next one over is called the social media resources. And what's cool about this is that you can use these in Facebook. Now, make sure, though, like I said, don't just throw your stuff all over Facebook and never have conversations. I've had people say that in some of our trainings and in conversations. They said, I've been posting and posting and posting, and I never get any response. Well, guaranteed, if all you do is advertise and you never have conversations, you're not going to have people say yes. You need to have conversations, and that is not hard to do. Like I said, you just ask them some questions. There is nobody on this planet that does not know what it feels like to lose files from their phone or from their computer. And my personal experience, have had 4 different externals crash on me. The good news is it was all in the backup and I didn't lose it. But if it wasn't there, man, I'd be in real deep. You know what? And then the next video over here, last one in this section is some actual videos you can share. Again, these are just fun things, but they do not replace conversations with people. You need to do that, okay? I want to make sure you know also that we have our own autoresponder system. And what's cool about this is that we are able to actually communicate with our leads ourselves. Now, let me explain what the value of that is. I went looking for a way I could email my leads without it costing a huge amount. Now, AWeber got GetResponse and many others like them. They charge you every time that you grow your list. So every time you raise your list by about 500, they charge you more. We will not do that. In fact, this is actually not going to cost you anything extra. And that's one of the things that makes this really amazing. You get this as well as your backup system completely with a total package, all for the same price, the $9.97 a month or the 90, I think it's $98.97 per year. And it's just unheard of to get something for that really amazing amount of money. Now, emails are really simple. Guess what? We have webinars nearly every single day. Today is mine, okay? Tomorrow there is one for the Italian group, I believe, and there is also some others that are going on. Plus, you have the opportunity to share replays. Until there is another official link attached to a new webinar, this one will be attached to it. So tomorrow, if you have not sent an email yet, you can actually do a replay of this to your prospects, to your leads, and to your new pre-enrollees. And that's very valuable because what you're doing is you're saying, we're not just one of those companies that tries to get you to buy a product. We have a training program. We will make sure you're covered on all the bases. And that really makes a big difference. Most people are very, very impressed. So you have all of this system. I'm not going to explain all how to use it tonight, but I want to make sure you know it's there. Now, another thing that you need to look at is we have a section called My Business. Now, again, this is a demo account. There is no personal information in this account. And the first one you notice is the compensation plan, and there is 2 pieces of the information that you need to look at. Take the time, actually, to watch these videos and read these PDFs. The first one is about your direct referrals. That means people that have actually joined on your personal link, okay? And the second one is about a special, cool extra bonus that people can earn if they complete cycles in their binary. That's what once a month commission that you get an opportunity to have. We actually have 3 different kinds of commission bonuses available. The first one's the referral, the second one's called the check match, and the third one is called the binary. And between those 3 things, we get paid around 67% of the entire money. And that is totally unheard of in this company as well, in this industry as well. So this company is ahead of the game in a lot of ways. So then the next tab I want you to pay attention to is called My Commissions. Again, this is a demo account. So remember, there's not going to be any real information here, because what you're going to see when it's your real account is you will start seeing commissions showing up here. Now remember that we have a 4-week delay because we have a 30-day money back guarantee for everyone that decides. Now, not a lot of people have to get their money back because $9.97 is not a lot of money. These days, that's about a fast food meal, a decent one. And most people don't have a real big problem with paying for that. Like Mark said one day recently, is you're not going to have a divorce over whether or not you decide to join this company because it's not a lot of money. Now think about that. The next one down here is the commission payout options. And this is for when you first get started. Make sure you have an account in one of these. If you already have one, you would probably, I think that what it does is it actually gives you the opportunity to log in and let them know what your password and username is for that account. But if you do not have either of these, make sure and get one set up before you start getting your money starting to show up. And then the third one down here is called My Downline. And this is where you would actually place people. Now, again, this is a demo account, so there's nothing in here. But generally speaking, you're going to see down here on the bottom underneath this graphic, you'll first off see your own personal sponsor. The next one down is going to be the next one down is going to be the holding tank, which only shows up if you have a paid member that has moved into the holding tank. And the third one down is the power line. You have your own personal power line. Now, to place these correctly, when you start having people that are a paid member, you will want to make sure that you have them on your outside left and your outside right. You only have to have 2 legs. You never have any more than that. Now you will start to see stuff on the inside. Don't place people on the inside. That doesn't help you or your team. The next one over is called the My Direct Affiliates. When you start having paid members, they will show up here. You will see more information about that person so that you can contact them and make sure that they know that you care enough to make sure that they get set up properly. Take the time to spend some time with them. It's worth it because then they stay with you, because you want not just people to come in and pay, you want people to become a lifetime customer, and therefore you get paid for that every month or every year. The next tab down is called the live webinars. And what's cool about this is where you're going to find out about all of the things that are happening. Like I said, there's a Tuesday Italian presentation. There's the Wednesday cutoff. Presently don't have anything on Thursday. Then we have Friday, Mark in the morning, and he does recognition and often does some special kinds of training and help. And then Saturday morning, we have Chris and Tammy, and they are 7-figure earners that have been around in the industry for a really long time, and they help you with, especially with recruiting and various different things like that. So like I said, we have this covered pretty thoroughly. We also have down here Naomi or Noelle, who is doing French And eventually we'll probably have many going because we have just about all of the countries already covered. We just don't have a lot of people that have stepped up to do the different languages yet. But if you happen to be proficient in a different language, you might want to recognize, uh, might want to actually volunteer yourself that you would like to do a webinar for that other language because there are people that need that assistance. And then, of course, we have the webinar replays. And what's cool about this is we can actually get to our replays. As you can see, here I am live right now. And this one is already happened. That's the French presentation, and she does Sundays. And then last Saturday is right here. And they were doing follow-up. They're doing different ones each time. Like the last time it was inviting. Now it's follow-up. So see, you're getting a full training on how to do this business the right way. And do you know that you would usually have to pay hundreds of dollars for this kind of training? And you have it for free as part of our Global Virtual Opportunities, which is the parent company for Got Backup. Pretty cool. I don't know too many companies that do that. Just recently, they introduced the interval. Sorry, I can't talk tonight. The internal wallet. And what this is good for is you can actually ask them to add, do your subscriptions off your wallet balance. If there is a balance, you can actually refill this from your commissions. Did you know that? Just by clicking this, you can actually do that if you wanted to. Now, of course, this account does not have any commissions. You can also, at any point, transfer it back to your own personal account. And you can invite sign-up links. We have an invitation sign-up link you can create right here, which is really cool. And you can actually pay for that person if that person is somebody that you want to invite in, but you don't necessarily care if they pay. Now, be careful not to overdo this because you don't want people to think that you're going to give away a lot of these accounts. That will break your bank. So don't do that a real lot of times. But if you have a family member, for instance, that you don't really care whether or not you get commission off of it, you could invite them in here and pay their account and let them have a new account, and maybe they can pay you back or switch it over in a future time. So that gives you a lot of opportunities. Now I want to come back here to Got Backup because there's more to see. We're not done. So I'm going to actually come back here to use this tool. And what I don't think a lot of people know is this is not one of those blind systems that you cannot get into. But it's a whole nother story when you get back here into the cloud. You can actually do a lot of things in the cloud. And just recently, they introduced our data migration system. Now, I had it for Dropbox for quite a while, but now they have one for Google, and this is on kind of to get started. It's not quite ready yet to go this route. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use this and open this one up and let it see if I don't remember if I still have a Google account, a Google Photos account or not, but it's actually going to, it actually did connect me. So let's see what happens when we go back over here to the photos. See if it actually made a folder. It may not. I don't remember if I had one, but I just thought it might be fun to find out. Actually, this one has nothing in here right now. Oh yeah. So this is where it is. But what's cool is that you can actually get in here and mess around with your stuff. And did you know that you have basically the same thing as a Microsoft Word, a Microsoft Excel, and a Microsoft PowerPoint right here inside of your back office. And the cool thing is when you create something like this, it is automatically saved and you don't even have to worry about it because it's already saved. I have actually transformed all of my Google Docs into my back office and got backup. And I'm going to actually show you that. I have my Got Backup open. And I want to come back in here and look. So I want to see if it actually would open up. So I'm going to do that thing again and see what happens. But it probably won't remember I'm not real sure I have it in here. I'm going to just check it and see. It shows it. Let's see. So now I have that in here. I think it takes a few minutes to actually do that, but we're going to find out if it actually shows it in a little while. But I am pretty much done with my sharing. I'm going to come back to the stream, and I see everybody's in there talking, and for a little while I'll close this. Any questions that you guys have, please let me know. I'd like to answer them tonight so that you are completely comfortable with the program. I don't see any yet, but please let me know if you've got some questions. Oh, thank you for Joe. I just decided this virtual back office. My picture is my own office is just not all that great. So what I do is I put that up. Okay, what key strategies have you found most effective in building a successful Got Backup business? I actually like to do a lot of what they call content marketing, but I also use our we have a, what do you call it? My mind's going blank, but our special group of emails, everybody, we're all together and we have our own account. And Joel is doing all the advertising and sending us leads. What do we call it? For some reason, it's gone out my head. But that's the one I'm using also, is between that and content marketing and some conversations. I don't do a lot of advertising because I have a lot of people that know me, but that's what I do. And thank you for that question. Anyone else with questions tonight that we can answer? Yes, they have updated our dashboard very definitely. Oh, the co-op. Thank you. Yes. Not sure why I couldn't get that in my Prodom here. I'm having issues with installing GBU on my cell phone. I have watched all the videos and contact support. Kim, continue to communicate with support if you're not having luck with that, because I have found them to be very helpful, but also I know that they need a lot of detail in order to give you the right answer. They need pictures, they need detailed information. Make sure not just to say, I can't connect it to my cell phone, but give them details. Tell them step by step what you've already done and what's not working, so that they can really help track down what it is that needs to happen for you. Okay, that's fine. I can do that. Talk more about content marketing. Okay, what I do is I do a lot of video. I have a YouTube account. I like very much to do videos. They're easy for me. I don't know why they are, because I know a lot of people have struggled with that. But people do warm up to you a lot more when you do video. There are, of course, other kinds of content marketing, but that's the main thing I like to do. All right, good. Okay, but you didn't finish your question here. So please finish your question. So you created a subfolder. Yes, I want to show you something I don't think a lot of people know. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again and come over here. Actually, I want to come over to my personal back. I'm going to actually go to my files. And I want to show you something that I think is important. The sync is great, and a lot of people like it. But if you actually want your stuff to be, especially if you're, for instance, I'm not going to go there. In other words, that friend, whoops, that friend that talked about working with a client, you would probably want to have what's called manual upload. In other words, don't wait for sync, but actually put things in the folders exactly the way you want it. So if I was actually creating folders that were personal, my company's stuff, and you said you did logos, so that sounds like you're a graphic designer. So if I were doing that, I would have a folder called customer files. And then once you had that folder in place, see, I have a folder. Now it's empty, right? So you would create one that would be just a particular customer. I'm going to call it Cromar because I don't know anybody else's name. So pretend I am my own customer, okay? So I have something in my download. I'm going to pretend it's the actual file I want to share. So if I go to my download folder, and I go, say it's this is the file I'm going to share. That's that person's file. Simply put it in that customer file, and you would have it available to share or to download to them. But it's never going to be lost, and you can have it in different versions if you want to, which is really, really helpful, I think. So I hope that answers your question and also gives you a little key piece of information that I think is important. Okay, let me come back. How do we back up our Google Photos? Exactly what I just showed you, Kim. I did not have Google Photos in that particular account. I mainly wanted you to see how simple it is to do that. You simply go up. I just did it, but let me do it again. You simply go up. Let me do it from my own file. If you go to data, and then I'm going to actually disconnect this one, and I'm going to sign in with a different account. I'm going to sign in with this one because this one I know has some old Google Photos in here, okay? So I'm going to bring that in there. I'll have to ask them why that did that. But we're in, it says it's connected, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. I think it takes a little while for it to actually complete the process, but when it does, I think it creates a folder in our files. It's not there yet, but I'll ask and I'll keep an eye out for it. But that's where it would be. Okay, perfect. It looks like I answered H. Fuller's question. Thank you. It's never a silly question, Kim. Yes, that was in the cloud. Okay, any new questions that need answered, please let me know. As far as I know, what I just did is setting up your Google for automation or conversion over into the the cloud. And I assume once I've got that there, it's going to probably take a day or so. I've got quite a few files. Okay. Would you please repost your question, Jed? I did not catch it, but I would definitely answer it if I can see it. Please let me know. Oh, I see you now. Okay. How to get the files page you are on. Files page. Okay. Let me go ahead and do that. I'm still got share up. All right. Let me go over to my files. When you come into the Got Backup, right after you log in, you'll see this page right here. There are several things across here. The actual files page is the second tab. It looks like a file folder. That's where you saw me working when I made that new customer file, which this is really not going to keep it. That's just for demonstration purposes that I made that. But anyway, that's where it is. All right, and I think I answered your question. If I didn't, please let me know. The best way to respond to your co-op leads is to make sure that you're not just leaving the company to do the work, but to make sure you're at least minimum have some follow-ups already in place. I have both follow-ups, and I'm doing what's called a broadcast, a new email every single day. Well, at least 5 days a week. So they're getting 2 emails a day from me, not counting what the company's sending. That's what I'm doing. And then be patient. Understand that it's not an instant process. You're welcome, Sergey. I appreciate that. They are not on my page. What's not on your page? You're not, Jed, please give me a full explanation of what it is you're asking then, because I don't really actually know what you're asking if that isn't answering your question. Okay. All right. I'm looking for new questions. I'm here for you until everybody's pretty much satisfied that we've got the answer. Okay, the Files tab, like I said, is up here. You should see my hand looking at it, okay? The dashboard is where you show up. The Files is the next one over, which is what you see right here. Even if you have a sync only going, you're going to at least see that. Like this is just a sync from my phone. I'm not actually taking pictures out and moving things around. It's all just syncing right to this icon right here, and that's my actual phone in there. So yes, it works perfectly well if you set it up correctly. Okay. Thank you very much, Regeneration Zone. Your jewelry does not have them? I don't understand that. Your question is really weird. You're welcome, Kim. I appreciate you acknowledging my time. Please be a little more specific, Jed. I'm having a little struggle understanding what it is exactly that you want. And I did show you where the files are. Okay. So I use the mobile app every day. I'll save a lot of video memes straight to a folder with GBU and use the share link to share with friends and family via text messages. Saves a lot of space on my phone. Awesome insight. I like that idea. That's really cool because, like you said, it does take up a lot of space on your phone. Now you can also, let me show you another cool trick. If I go, I'm still in share. So if I go in here, and as you can see, I've got an iPhone in here. But what if I want? You might notice I've got another one called iPhone Archive. And what this is all of the pictures and whoops, why has that got music in it? That's not supposed to be in there. Okay, well, let's see. iPhone Archive. Let's look at what's in here. And let's say that I am concerned that I'm going to take some things off my phone, and I need to make sure that I don't lose any of those files, because if you do a sync and you have not moved them, I bet you don't know that you can do this. You can do what's called a copy. You click this button right here, see where these dots are? And then you click this move and move or. So I don't actually want it to go there, but what I want to do is come back to the house, and then I want to come down to the one called iPhone Archive. And I'm not going to move anything, but if any of these disappear, they will get copied to this file. So look at what happens. All of those new photos or whatever that are in this file are now going to show up. And now the reason why I'm getting this is these are already in there. But if there is anything that is not in there, then it will. See, there are things that are getting copied. When it completes, I'll show you what we end up with. A lot of these have already been copied. That's why you see all this message right here. But I'm not waiting to find out which ones are actually already there. That's why I'm getting that message, and you can just delete those messages at the end here. But I'll let this complete first. And it's not moving now, so it must be making some copies. Yeah, a few more. I probably copied about 5 files total. But if I want to actually delete something out of this folder or out of my phone itself, I can do that because I have not lost the files. They're shared now in that archive file. And that is a cool thing you guys can do yourself. So how about that? Is that exciting or not? Okay, is there a way to design certain files to not only upload as backup from files, but be removed from the phone or PC in order to save memory space? What I just showed you with the archive will allow you to delete files from either PC or phone. Just make an archive folder, and then you can delete anything you want because you will not lose it because it's in your archive. That's how you work around if you've already got a sync going, okay? Now, I've already done it. That's why you saw those messages saying target file already exists. That won't happen in a case where you are brand new and have never done that before. Okay? So make sure and have an archive backup. Yeah, but I don't know what this means. Not only be uploaded. Are you talking about the first part? When you start a question and I have a lot of other things to look at, it's hard to make the connection if you do that. So write your question a little bit more concisely, please. All right. Do we have any other landing pages other than the tour for permission to add to the email system. Right now, there are two, other than the one that is, there's the tour, and there is another one that is kind of an upgrade that is the done for you. But there's also, don't forget, the one that is for our webinars. That's in there also. So you have several different choices. Webinars are not that's not a landing page though. That's just an invitation page. But actually the tour page has been working really well. I do hear that they're working on some new stuff, but they usually test it pretty thoroughly before they put them out to the whole group. Okay. Thank you, Sharon. Okay, looks like you found your way around. Good. Awesome. There you go. There isn't a way specifically to designate certain files to be uploaded and then delete them off your phone. The way to do that, if you want to do that, is to manually upload, like I just showed you with the customer file. Then you are able to delete anything you want because you don't have a sync and it's not going to change anything. So you would manually upload it, like I just showed you with the customer file. And Frank had a good idea. I would save GPU, then simply go back and delete. Yes, you simply upload up into your files. You have the option. Sync is great, but you also have the option to hide. Okay, so I'm going to put myself back up here. You're very welcome, Sergey. I'm glad I'm making this clear. That's my intent, of course, to make it as clear as possible. Where is the landing page? I did explain where that is. Joe, did you come in late? I did a whole 30 minutes of back office tour. I really recommend you go back to the replay then, because I did 30 minutes of explaining where that was. It is on your reseller page, and I'm sure you can find that. Yes, thank you, Kim. I appreciate it. I know I got a lot of brand new people here, and that's especially important to make sure that you understand. Are there any trainings on how to send emails to leads that, like you mentioned? Yes, right inside the program, there's little orange buttons almost on every single page, and there's an orange button on all of our lead capture system area on every single page on how to do those, how to use the system. And it's really easy, Christy. It's really, really easy. And I've done past real detailed explanations on how. You're so welcome, Marie. I'm glad you're here. I'm happy to help you. And like I said, I know we've got an awful lot of brand new people, and that's my main objective, is to make sure you brand new people feel really, really, really comfortable and happy, okay? I think he's saying the row of icons across the top of the login page aren't there. If that's the case, it would be a support issue because they should be there. If they're not there, that means there's something wrong with your system, and that's not usually the case. Okay? They should be across the top, exactly where I showed you. All right? Timehop. I don't know anything about Timehop. Is that a device? I don't know anything about it. Okay, let's go back then. If you're really, I'm going to just do a really quick explanation of the lead capture system because we do have a lot of people in here that are brand new. The very most important thing is, remember, you've got some lists here. In most cases, you're going to have 3 lists, if you have the thing we're doing right now, our co-op, there will be a special one just for the co-op, but your pre-enrolled and your resellers are right here. And then to start a new email, the best and easiest way is to click this button called Campaigns. And then you would actually do a broadcast, and you would actually do a send broadcast because you're brand new, right? Make sure all your lists are on this side over here, whatever list you have. If you have the co-op, it needs to be over there as well. And what's really cool, Christy, is we have a starter template already in place. Pick one of these. I recommend one of these 3. And then say I'm going to use this one. See how it pops in there? And now you've got part of the email in place. You don't have to have a logo. This would be a personal thing you put here. I'm going to take it out for tonight because we don't really have to have it. And then this is also just kind of a special thing you don't ever have to have. But what I would do right here is I would actually make this an invitation to that webinar, okay? So I need to go grab real quick my link, which is right here, okay? Because you get emails. If you pay attention, you get emails right now. Like this is tonight, right now, all right? So I'm going to actually do a quick invite, okay? How many people cannot do that? Pretty simple. Of course, put your own name, your own picture in here, okay? You simply click this image thing right up here. This is ready to send. Now, how hard was that? You simply click the add button down here, and that, oh, you got to have an actual message in here. So I'm going to go ahead and say, hi, here is the training. All right. Now this is ready to go. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add. It's going to bring you back to the page right here. And make sure that you click this and it puts it in a queue. It's really simple to use. Get in the habit of doing this from the time that you have one lead. I really recommend you do that. All right. So I hope Christy's happy. Christy, it's a matter of using it. I would believe, Alfonso, that yes, you don't have to keep your Dropbox once you have converted all of your stuff over. If you see it in your back office, then yes, you can get rid of Dropbox. Make sure that you wait until you know that it's all been converted. If you know it has been, then you don't have to keep Dropbox anymore. If you have a lot of stuff, it might take even up to a week for it to convert. But yes, you do not have to have got backup. Great. I'm glad Christy's happy. Any new questions I can answer? That's what I'm here for, to make sure that you understand the program and the products, how to use it, and to get excited about sharing it with other people. Alfonso, I just went over how to do that with Christy. Whoops, sorry about that. Yes, it's definitely a good opportunity. It's definitely amazing. So Alfonso, I just went over it for Christy. I hope that you were watching. So you should go back and look if you didn't catch that I was doing that. Okay. Any more questions? We're getting towards the hour. Want to make sure you guys are in good shape here for the night. All you new people in particular, if you still have questions, please don't wait till I am closing down. That's too late. Thank you. Thank you, Russ. I appreciate it. And I didn't forget to share my screen. But anyway, anybody that has any new questions, thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. You're welcome. Any new questions? Last call, new questions. Want to make sure that you guys are in good shape to get out there and use it. Just put it to use. You know, you can't break it. You really can't break it, because if somebody could break it, it would have been me, because I am the one that does that kind of stuff. I push it to the very limit, and I make sure that I have everything. And if there's something that doesn't work correctly, I make sure that they know about it, and I give them specific information along with any kind of error messages or pictures of what's going on, and then they get it fixed pretty quickly. They need details if you ever have problems, so make sure you do that, okay? They need details. So I think I can remove my share screen. Yes, and Gregory's right. Yes, Alfonso, I did go over the lead capture system and how to use it. There is an actual person that does French. Sergey, did you notice that? Go check out our live webinars. And before I forget, or don't get it taken care of, we do have. I'll put this also in our chat here. We do have a webinar. I mean, this is kind of the link for all of you new people. If you have not paid yet, make sure you do, because it's not helpful to you if you don't. Thank you, Janice. I'm glad that I helped you out today. I know we have an awful lot of new people because we're growing like crazy. We have a French person, Sergey, on Sundays. There are replays right now that you can go back and check out. So I recommend that you do that, okay? On French. There is a French lady, and she does a really awesome job from what I understand. Of course, I don't speak French, so I wouldn't understand her, but if you are a French speaker, it sounds like you are, then that was what I would absolutely guarantee that you need to do. Thank you, Frederick. I appreciate that very, very much. I appreciate all these new people. I'm seeing a lot of new people that I haven't seen before. That's really awesome. And like I said, that's what my job is to make sure that, especially, I'm not the trainer for all of the ins and outs of recruiting. I don't do that as much as Sergey, check out in your back office. Remember, I went through it, where that is. I'll do one quick show again, but you need to do this. You need to get in your back office and make sure you know where things are, okay? Actually, it's down here. In this link right here, where it says live webinars, there's a yellow button right here. This brings you to the link for each one of them, okay? There is a French presentation on Sundays right here. When you click this, why does it not give you the right link? So I think what happens is you got to put FR/FR on the end of your webinar. Let me check and see if that works. Yeah, this is what you do, friends, for people that are looking for a French presentation. All right, we'll put that in there also. Here's your link. That's how you get to when she's doing it, all right? And also, remember, there's replays. I showed you where the replays are. our YouTube channel, this channel you're seeing me on right now, there's replays in the lives. And you can go back to any of the old French presentations. She's been doing it for about 2 or 3 months. So there's replays in there that you can watch right now or share right now. So that's what I recommend you do. But if you use your link, now it would look like this link, okay? This link would have your username right here, okay? Your username, not the demo got backup. This is just so you can see what it looks like. I wanted to double check that it actually did go. Yeah, copy it and put your username in there, okay? Because the demo got backup is not the link you want to have. But anyway, that's what you do, all right? Good. I'm glad we got you taken care of. Anyone else? Any new questions that you want me to take care of before we close down for the night? Let me know quickly. It's been just at an hour now. And I'm not saying I have to quit in an hour if I have people that truly need me to take care of them. But also, you need to be on time. Like there's a few of you that came late. Thank you, Sergey. I'm glad you got that copy. Put it in a safe place. That's going to be the same link you're going to use every time, and that's for every Sunday. Okay? And I know that she's been doing it every Sunday for quite a while at 3 p.m. And so that's what you're going to do is use that if you want to present that to French-speaking people. All right? We also have an Italian presentation. It's on Tuesdays. So we've got 2 languages. We're going to eventually have many more, but that's what we've got right now. What really needs to happen is any of you that are speaking other languages other than English, like I do, I don't have another language, so I'm not a good candidate for that. But if any of you are pretty decent at, say, Spanish or something like that. I mean, Mike has got Spanish down, but he is overworked trying to get all the materials together. He's actually building a whole repertoire of Spanish files. So, but if you wanted to actually do a presentation, just learn the presentation in English and then translate to Spanish. And that would be very helpful too. We got a lot of Spanish speakers I know in the company right now. And there's an awful lot of other countries and languages that are not being covered at this point. So if you would like to help with that, I know that they've put out the word that they want people to help. So that's to let you know if you wanted to do that, you could definitely be part of it. It's kind of fun to be part of the team that helps. We're forking for you. And so I think that's pretty much it. Everybody's covered. I don't see any new questions. So I hope that everybody has an awesome night. I'm glad you came. I love helping you out. So we'll call it a night for tonight, and we'll see you again on Monday next week. Bye for now.